Anybody who's pro-affordable housing can be a part of this convention. So please give all of you who are here today, please give all the other people who are here appreciation and applause for taking the time out of life to bother to show up, no matter what category of person, no matter what color, no matter what your status is.
Some of you may know, because it's been in the newspapers, that the rent board was the subject of a civil grand jury investigation over the last year, and the report that they issued is absolutely horrendous. It is full of inaccuracies. You know, some of them are, I have no idea where some of the information came from. It's just plain wrong. It's completely misleading, and it implies that there is something very, there's an air of corruption at the board. None of it is true.
Good afternoon, my name is Nguyen, and I ask for your vote to be selected to run on the pro-tenant rent board slate this fall. As a Berkeley tenant, I know how important our voter-approved rent stabilization and eviction and for good cause ordinance is in protecting renters from unfair rent increases and evictions. Our rent stabilization ordinance provides needed stability for our community. I am running to defend our rent ordinance, including from political attacks by the landlord lobby, who stand to make a huge amount of money by wiping out all these important protections. It is for these reasons that I find that, the recent Alameda County grand jury report on the rent board a political witch hunt, and a report riddled with inaccuracies, innuendos, and unsubstantiated perceptions and accusations. There will continue, unfortunately, to be attacks on rent control, and we need the rent board commissioners who will stand up and speak out to defend this critical, affordable housing program. Despite our strong rent stabilization ordinance, there are many tenants who do not know the rights, including student renters. I know that as a recent UC Berkeley graduate, many of my friends and the students I have talked to do not know the rights, which has resulted in many landlords illegally withholding security deposits or failing to make repairs or keep housing safe and habitable.
I'm the first Berkeley born and raised elected to represent Berkeley in 30 years. I grew up here. I have many friends who can't afford to live in Berkeley because the rents are so high. And I have many of their parents who still live here and are those long-term tenants that are, that they can't move to another place in Berkeley. That if they lost their place, if there wasn't rent control, they'd be driven out by now.
Might be somewhere in this crowd, I can't really see the entire crowd right now, can attest that our family knows something about what it feels like to be displaced. As an immigrant family, we have traversed 3 continents and soldiered through 4 moves to be here. I was fortunate to find a place as diverse, vibrant, and generous as Berkeley, which I've made my home for going on 10 years, where I received my education, where I have met the woman of my dreams, who is amongst you today. And where 4 years ago, you trusted me, someone with an accent and a funny name, to represent you on the Berkeley Rent Board. Unfortunately, not everyone in Berkeley has a roof over their head. Many have been priced out and live elsewhere. Still others have lost everything and go to sleep on our city's gutters and alleyways. Rather than misguided attempts to criminalize the homeless, which you have heard about at the beginning of this program, isn't it better to ensure that the existing stock of affordable housing in Berkeley is preserved? Through my service on both the Rent Board and the Housing Advisory Commission, I have fought vigorously and effectively for a Berkeley that we can all call home.
As a young Latino kid growing up, I've seen a diverse array of perspectives, especially growing up here in the East Bay. And no person should be privileged, and everyone should live in an equal society, whether it's education, housing, what have you. So in Berkeley, I find it very interesting. We're very affluent, we're resourceful, we have a moral compass, but yet we still have so many issues. And that's one thing I plan on bringing to the rent board, is a drive, a passion to have more equality here. Whether it's from housing or jobs or being able to sit on the streets, whatever it is, we need more equality.
If I was elected, there's 3 main goals that I think are super important just as a tenant here in Berkeley. And those are seismic safety, making sure we're living in buildings that won't crumble in an earthquake, making sure we live in fire-safe buildings. So I currently live in a building that has very old wires, has not been inspected, and we don't have fire alarms. And it's very cheap rent, so I haven't done anything yet about it, but that's not okay. Also, affordability is super important, just making sure that we can all afford the place that we call home.
I think my major theme here is that, okay, we all know about the grand jury report. We know it's not good. We know they don't like us. I think it's also stirred up a lot of anti-rent control sentiment. So I take this report very seriously. And I think our move is to expand our inclusiveness in the rent board. I think we have to make more people feel a part of this process. I think there's a lot of us and them stuff going on. And I want to make it more inclusive. One of the things I've been working on in the rent board is to involve small landlords more, because I think they're really pushed. They're dealing with very harsh economic realities right now. They're really much closer to the tenants in the issues that they're struggling with than are the really major landlords. So I feel closer to them, and I feel like we need to reach out to them more. So